In this video, we're going to look at what is referred to as the initial tags. They are basically the tags that control the structure of the site. Any extra elements you would want to add in, they would contain and hold those. The initial tags are 8 tags that control different sections of the page. The HTML file that you would be creating, whether it be your home page or a contact page or whatever page it is that you would be creating. I'm going to go through each one of these individually and kind of give you a little bit of insight into what each one of them do. You can see I have Notepad open here. We'll be using Notepad to create the different pages. It's a good way of learning what's called the hard code side of HTML, where you learn the code first. You should be able to use the software later. So we're going to start out here in Notepad, which is under Start, Programs, Accessories, Notepad. Okay, our first tag here, you notice I'm going to hold down my Shift key and bring up the less than, greater than angle brackets. Okay, programming goes within inside of these brackets. If you notice, you don't see, when you look at a web page, you don't see a lot of programming all over the page. These brackets, whatever you type inside them, the programming will actually basically disappear. You'll see your pictures, your videos, your text that you want to see, but the things that execute on the page, such as your HTML programming, your HTML code, will be hidden. That way your page can still look clean and organized. Okay, I've held down my Shift key. I've got my greater than, less than angle bracket here. I'm going to get right in between it and type our first tag, which is the name of our coding, which is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's basically a set of tags and attributes that allows you to change stuff on a website. So when we type the HTML tag, what this basically does is it tells the browser, whether it be Internet Explorer, Firefox, Google Chrome, it tells your browser that this is an HTML document and that it needs to preview it in a certain way. Okay, and we'll come down on the next line. And put the head tag in there. The head tag is sometimes confused with the heading at the top of a website. It actually is not. You have your head tag and then your other tags. The head tag and the slash head tag allow you to put more advanced programming, two-part programming in between there to execute something a little more advanced. And we'll look at that a little bit later. Other languages outside of HTML, such as JavaScript, things along those lines, would use the head tag. The next one is title. And slash title. In your browser, at the top you have your title bar. It may say Google, Microsoft, whatever the title is up in the top area of your browser. If you type in between here, welcome to web page development. What that will do is once we put the rest of the tags in here, Welcome to Web Page Development will show up in the title bar at the top of the browser. It will also show up when you search for the website through your search engine, such as Google, Bing, whatever search engine it is that you use. This is the text that will show up in that. So if you choose the correct words to go in your title, it can also help your website show up better in your search engine results. So that is the HTML tag. A little bit about the head tag. We said we're going to look at that a little more later. We just need to kind of put it in here right now. The title tag, which creates the title to go at the top of our browser. And then now, I'm going to skip a line. You don't have to skip a line, but just to kind of keep the head and language section at the top separate from our next section, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Our next tag is the body tag. If you think about the body of a letter that you're typing or writing, the body is the actual main section of it that has the information, the content, the message. In HTML, the body section is if you have pictures, text, videos, tables. If it's something you want to physically see within the viewing screen, within the site itself, it needs to come in between body and /body. Okay, so if I had some text, I just wanted to put some text in here. Hello world. Okay, because that's in between the body tags, that would show up in the regular body section of my website. Now, I wouldn't want to type it up at the top or down at the bottom somewhere. It would need to come in between the body tags. Pictures, text, video, any kind of content that you want to be able to see should come in between the body tags. If you notice, we're starting to get duplicates of tags here. I'll highlight some of them here. We have the head tag, we have the /head tag, we have the title tag, we have the /title tag, body, /body. So it might pop in your head, why do we need them twice? So the first one, the one without the slash, is the start tag. That tells the tag to start doing whatever it is it may be doing. You may be bolding something, you may be italicizing, you may be changing the color of something. It could be doing lots of things. Well, at some point you would want that to stop. Say if I was creating a page where the title at the top, I wanted it bolded, but the paragraph underneath of it, I did not want it bolded. So I would use a tag before the title to tell it to start to bold, and then I would use /B or that tag to tell it to stop at the end of the title, and that would allow my regular paragraph to just be regular text. Same thing with color. You know, if you just wanted the title of the page to be one color and the actual body, the message within the content within the page to be another color, you would tell it to stop being one color with an end tag, which is /font that we'll look at later at some point, and then you can start a new tag and start a new color. So what I'm getting to, if you don't use the end tags, it's just going to keep right on going, and you're not going to get the change that you're probably going to want, and it's going to limit you in what you can do with your site. So you do need to use start tags and end tags. Okay, the last initial tag that we're going to look at ends the document. /HTML. /HTML tells your browser that this is the end of the HTML document. There's no reason to keep continuing looking for more information. This is the end of our HTML document. Okay, so you can see there's 8 initial tags. You know, you will get more and more advanced than this, but you'll notice as we progress, we never really get away completely from these 8 initial tags, because the browsers, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, they need these initial tags to recognize that it is an HTML document, and then it starts to present it the way you want it to. So get familiar with these 8 initial tags, because we'll be using them over and over and over, and kind of building as we go along. Okay. Now, you've probably saved a notepad file before and it really didn't do anything amazing. It probably stayed a notepad file. What we need to do, now that we've got some programming in here, is save it in a certain way that converts it from a notepad file to an internet file, a file that can be seen on the internet, what we're going to refer to as an HTML file. If you don't save it in a certain way, it will stay a notepad file. But it's very easy to save it in this other format that will allow you to see your pictures, your text, whatever it is that you might be creating at the time. So I'm going to go up to File, Save As, and then I'm going to select my folder. I've got a folder here. I could call it Website 1 or the name of the topic for the website. But you do need to have a specific folder for your website and put all your pictures, everything into that one folder. If not, it creates a lot of extra work. Plus, it makes the site run more efficiently. So you want to put everything all together in a folder. Okay, so I've got my folder here. I'm going to save it. Say this is my home page. I'm going to save it as home. At this point, if I saved it, it would stay a notepad file. But what I wanted it to do is to convert it to a file that can be seen over the internet. So I'm going to add the little extension .html, which is the name of the language. So that makes it easy to remember. It's a good thing not to put spaces, a lot of uppercase letters and things like that, because when you link your pages together later, which is something we're going to look at it here in the future, if you put spaces and things, a lot of times the links won't work, or uppercase letters, things like that. It just generally makes it more difficult when it doesn't really need to be. So if you save all your pages as lowercase, no spaces, and then just put whatever the file name is, .html, it'll make it a lot easier. Okay, so I've got home.html, all lowercase, no spaces. I've got it going into the folder that I've set up for this. I'm going to hit save. Then you can notice here, if you can tell by the video, this is no longer a notepad file. It's actually an HTML file. And if I double click on it, it will open with Internet Explorer instead of Notepad. And you can see our text here, hello world. So now if I want to edit it, I can just right click, view source, and edit my page. So this is the initial tags, HTML, head, title, slash head body, slash HTML. In the next video, we're going to look at more specific things related to the look, how to make the page look like more closer to like what you would want, such as background colors, font colors, and other options that you might want in your site. Again, these are the HTML initial tags. We're going to be using them quite a bit.